Question is, will I change? The answer is
absolutely fucking not.
yep.
Welcome back to the only show where you can get absolutely nothing for your time. I'm Highspeed.
I'm Fish.
And today we're taking it easy with some Pokemon.
Chilling out.
Relaxing out, cooling out, shoot some b-ball outside of the school.
You already know.
No, dude, that show was amazing. It actually came on the other day.
Did it really?
Yeah, usually, when I used to work at the link,
Yeah.
I would have to get up at like 4 in the morning sometimes to go do shoots.
Damn.
And, I would get up and I would get ready for school, because, you know, right after school was, or during school or before school, whatever. When it was that early, it was usually before school, so I'd have to go to school right after we got done with the shoot.
Yeah.
But, there was always a couple episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on at 5 in the morning, and I would sit down and watch them. But it was actually on the other day, and it wasn't 5 in the morning. It was just normal time,
Yeah.
which for me is like 2 in the morning. So I sat down and watched it, and it is still a great show.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really like, which you already know, I really like wholesome shows. You know, there's no like cussing or violence in Fresh Prince. It's just funny. It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
The same thing as that other show that I like to watch that you know about. The one that I have all the toys of.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No.
That we don't want to talk about on the show because I don't want to offend people and make them think I'm weird. But
I was on YouTube yesterday, just fucking around, killing time. And I've seen this video like teens react and blah blah blah, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I never watched it. I was like, that's gonna be stupid. I don't want to watch this. And it says teens react to Nirvana. So I was like, alright, I gotta watch it. So I was checking it out, you know. And you just said, reminded me of that. She was like, one of the girls was like, I like it, you know. Or maybe it was one of the guys, I don't remember. But they were talking about how like nobody was stripping, nobody was naked.
Mm-hmm.
It was good music with no cussing, none of this, none of that. But it was a good music, good song. Like, they enjoyed it, you know?
Yeah.
Which, if the people of that age are having a problem with that, you know something is wrong.
So,
music industry, I hope you're listening. Fix your shit. We don't want this anymore.
Interestingly enough, we had not talked about that video, but I also watched it.
Did you?
Because I was expecting to be very, very upset.
Yeah, the look on their face would be like, oh, what is this shit? And I was like, oh, please don't tell me. But they actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, and it gave me hope.
It did.
For humanity.
It was pretty
because
cool.
they can still recognize. And I'm not one of those, like, Kurt Cobain was not my guy.
No.
I admit I was born after it and I came into it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hipster, whatever. But yes, that made me very happy that those kids were. Now, some of them, of course, were like, "Oh, this is weird. Fuck it."
No,
and I was like,
they were like that about the videos, but the actual music itself, they all.
It got a pretty positive reception.
Yeah, they all liked the music. They were just confused as to what the video was actually about.
Yeah.
And in some situations, I don't understand what the videos are about, and either it is just nonsense or it has a deep meaning. And it's hard to tell the difference sometimes. But regardless.
You know what? It's interesting.
We didn't grow up during that time, so we don't relate to it completely.
Well,
but
not completely, but it is timeless music.
The lyrics are timeless.
Yeah,
yes,
what they sang about and the way they played their music it's always going to resonate with teenagers.
Yeah, exactly.
Until they become so disconnected from life. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's interesting that you say that there's either a deep meaning or no meaning.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things that pisses me off so much about modern media, is there's not like a difference between something being deep and thought-provoking and something having no meaning. It's the same thing nowadays. We're just supposed to accept that if I do something crazy, that's supposed to be deep and meaningful.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just not. Sometimes people are just stupid.
Sometimes they just do shit for the hell of it.
Yeah, and we don't recognize that anymore.
Yeah, no, completely. It's I don't know.
I was fucking watching just the other day. There's like a new commercial for Dairy Queen
Yeah.
where like the guy wrote this s'more song, and he's like S''MORE, and it's like that's supposed to be like cute and funny, but guess what? It's just stupid. It's just a bad song, okay?
Yeah.
It's not cool.
It gets attention. That's about it. It may have got your attention.
It
Apparently.
did, but that's because I think it's stupid. But some marketing executive sat there, and he knows what the fuck he's talking about, okay? These people are not stupid to run this stuff.
Yeah.
He sat there, and he watched this commercial, and he sat there, and he stroked his chin, and he was like, yes, the kids will love this.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's right.
Yeah.
They fucking will. And that's terrible.
It is.
That's fucking awful.
But what are you gonna do about it?
I can't do anything about it except sit here and bitch on this internet show that nobody watches. I can't do a damn thing. Because I just can't put up with that bullshit. I don't like doing advertising, okay? I work in TV. This is not a secret at this point. But I can't stand doing advertising. I hate advertising. Because it's all fucking... Nowadays, it's all fucking bullshit and trickery, and I just can't put up with it. Go on with what you were gonna say. I'm sorry.
No, I'm thinking. But I don't know. It was cool.
The Nirvana video gave me hope because they were willing to sit there and look, even though there weren't like flashing lights and you know this fucking ADHD. That's the thing. Like Nirvana is pre-ADHD. Like not, and I'm not talking about that in terms of the disorder that people have, because that's a real thing that people suffer from, and I have respect for people who have it because it's very difficult to live that life.
I personally
Don't believe in it, but
It's not that I don't believe in it. It's that I believe it's been blown up.
oh, it absolutely has.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Our entire society has been conditioned to be ADHD now.
Well, no, I mean, your kid is wound up and crazy because he had a donut when you weren't looking, and he's ADHD. Take him to the doctor. Hey, doc,
Yeah.
I need some medication.
No,
You
that's,
put a pill down his throat. No,
yeah, that's
whip him on
bullshit.
the ass. Say, learn to grow up, or not grow up yet. He's still a kid. Straighten up because this is not acceptable. And guess what? They're fine. That's how
Yeah.
kids used to be. They got whooped. Not beat,
Like, I
not
don't-
abused.
Yeah,
they
no.
got whooped and put in the place, and they grew up being respectable people for the most part. There's always an exception.
Yeah, like I don't know that you need to whip your kids, but the kids
Discipline.
kids have energy,
Yeah, discipline.
and there has to be some sort of creative way to get that out. And
Yeah.
it doesn't mean they're ADHD. There's actually a really good song. I think it's by Chevelle that you should listen to if you feel that way. It's called like Vitamin C.
yeah.
Or it's vitamin D. It's something. I'll find it later so you can listen to it.
Okay.
But yeah, and our whole culture now is, you know, take your pills and do whatever. But then advertising like plays to that, and it's like, we gotta be fast and edgy and get people's attention because I can't pay attention. But I sit there and watch those kids who, by all means, should be part of this ADHD culture, but they're able to sit down and listen to some really good music,
Yeah,
and that gave me hope.
it does. Do you know what the Burning Man is? The festival?
Yeah,
Have you heard about that?
I have. I'm not sure how I feel about it because I don't know enough about it.
Have you seen?
I know that everybody gets naked and
Well, no, that's
does
not
some
true.
weird stuff.
That's
That's what I've heard.
Well-
like I said, I don't know enough about it.
I go
but
on my-
What's your point?
I go on my binges about like parkour and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's how I get in the mood. And I'll just watch a lot of videos. Can you remember Ryan Doyle, the
Mhm.
main
Yeah.
Red Bull guy?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't him, but it was a group of people, just a small little group. They had cameras, and there's little minimal stuff, right? They were doing some filming. Well, they ended up putting like a trailer out on the internet to raise money for what they were trying to do. And they were trying to build a team, more or less, a group of parkour people from different walks of life,
Yeah.
and then get them and just go around the world doing parkour in different places. So they went from like this city, this place, and that state, and all around the world. Not around the world, it might have been just the U.S., but they went around doing stuff like that. Well, they ended up going to the Burning Man, and they did the parkour stuff there, which I thought was really cool, because just watching them and like watching Burning Man as a whole, like, yes, there were some people who were walking around butt ass naked because they can. But
now, is it like a music festival? Is that
no,
what
it's just
a bunch of people hanging out. And...
It's creativity. That's the
okay,
point.
so people just go do.
It is art, musical art, I guess. But there's like physical art. There's like the Burning Man, which is the man that he's built up and he gets burnt down every year, right? There was like literally a 30-foot tall giant chair that somebody built, and they were all just chilling on it, and they were doing parkour off of, right? And just it's freedom and expression, I guess, is the whole point of it. And apparently, like, even higher up intellectual people, like scientists, not actually scientists, but
I know what you mean.
People of greater IQ levels, and go there to see what is what their new year is gonna have, because it's openness. It's pretty cool, pretty different from what I know. I mean, I seen that one video about it.
Yeah.
But point is, it looks pretty cool because it's about freedom of expression and all that. But it's not like stupid shit like on we were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this will get attention. We should do this and make this cool.
Yeah, sort of like an escape from that.
Yeah, it's just you do what you want to do, and it's whatever.
Yeah.
Because they were going around, they're like, they're like, hey, can we do this? Like, yeah, man. And they had like an art sculpture, like, yeah, do your thing. It'd be cool. Do your flips and stuff off my art piece. That'd be awesome. There was like this kid. He jumped up on his love. It was like old time lettering. It was like 20 foot up in the air.
Oh, it was a big like letter. It was love.
Yeah, it was
like
all metal letters. Yeah, they're all separate. So
like a sculpture sort of thing.
Yeah, well, it was like an advertisement sign from it was old and rusted and whatnot.
Okay.
I think light bulbs might have been in it at one point in time.
Yeah.
But they were sitting there, and he was doing his thing, and he almost busted his ass because he almost fell.
Yeah.
But they were like, yeah, do this. And he's like, I didn't want to break it, so I didn't do it again. But I had to try this one time because how it was spaced out. He was like pushing himself to like make it to that next jump and stuff. And it's just cool. Stuff like that.
And you know what's funny is I feel like, and I'm probably wrong, because people are so entrenched into the next big thing and into this society that we've built.
Right.
And, but I feel like if we're honest with ourselves, if we as people are honest with ourselves, we don't want that fast-paced lifestyle and this obsessive, if I feel like people act like this hyper sort of, and it's
like
I don't want to say party, but like
Right.
the fucking, and I'm gonna sound like such an old man, but here it goes. Like people are into the YOLO scene. Does that
Right.
evoke the image that I'm trying to convey to you?
They want to
Like the parties and the
high
I'm
life.
gonna go.
The
and
high
do-
life.
It is sort of like it's our modern idea of the high life, and just partying forever. I hate it, and I feel like people only go along with it because that's what we're being bombarded with.
That's the
It would be
cool
very
thing.
it would be very interesting to me. And I'm sort of like I sort of grew up. It would be very interesting to me to know how those kids from the Nirvana video were raised
Yeah.
and what they were exposed to that allowed them to sit down, because you got to admit most kids now would not be able to do that.
To just sit down and chill.
To sit down and accept that this can still be cool, and the Nirvana thing, I mean, without the disco lights and the EDM, and which I like EDM. I like electronic music.
Yeah.
But like there are people who make that whole thing. That's what they want to be. And like you can't be that for your entire life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, there's a point in your life where you're like, all right, I gotta call it quit. It's like,
Yeah.
that's what
I guess
anything.
that going back to when a couple episodes when we were talking about the gaming culture, you can't be this for your entire life.
You can do games for your entire life.
But
It's
you
not-
can't like I don't
You can, because you can see how it changes. Nothing changes about partying. The music changes,
Yeah.
the drugs change, but it's still the same thing. Gaming evolves in a different kind of way.
I know, but I'm just saying like as a person, your entire life can't be party. Your entire life
No.
can't be games.
No.
Even though that's what we are sitting here and doing is just playing games.
Yeah, but this is 2 days a week.
Yeah.
This is not...
The rest of the time we go out and we actually we do work and study and do other things. And I don't know. Next time on Boast Bros, maybe we keep talking about this, maybe we don't.
I ran into a Kingler.
It's a cool Pokemon, man. Those
he's-
claws are intimidating.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
It was like, huh. Anyway, next time on Boast Bros.
See you next time, guys. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot harder to catch them there. And I mean, you can catch the slave anytime, but just because that's our... We kind of set up a lot of house rules for this, but
Yeah,
it's whatever. I'm still having fun with it.